Hi, Mary. It's Brian Corn from QUOR.
Hey, Brian, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good today. How about yourself?
Doing great, great. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, likewise.
Well, we're actually excited here because we're coming up just, less than 2 weeks away from the new release of the deluxe LP. Excited about that?
Absolutely.
It was interesting. We just saw that you guys have your tour actually will start the night before.
Well, we are having to postpone for the first time in all of our musical careers.
Oh no! What's your plan for it then?
Well, for the tour, we're going to hold that out until spring. It looks like, and then we're going to end up going all the way across the states. So
oh, great!
Back, and then we'll be going over to Europe.
Oh wow, that's right. You guys have a European tour planned as well. That's going to be great. So that'll be next year.
Yeah. So it just kind of the monster kind of grew out of its britches. So now we're adjusting.
It'll be nice because it'll be doing it all at once and keeping you out there for in the good weather as well.
Right. We always laugh because if you do a one-off show, that seems to be more work almost than getting into a groove of things and doing the long run.
Exactly. No, that's going to be exciting with it, too. I mean, it's interesting because we got to talk about the title track, the recording of Human Paradigm. It was interesting because it talks about how you guys sort of camped out and got this track done in a weekend.
Yeah, right. Our engineer in L.A., we wanted to challenge ourselves on that song, and we felt like, sometimes that recording process just takes forever, and we all thought, well, it shouldn't take that long. Yeah. So we contacted someone out in L.A. We're in San Diego, so we wanted to get out of town. And we said, can we come up and try to record one track over a weekend, basically? And he said, yeah. Our engineer was Dan Whitmore. He said, why don't you guys come? You can stay inside the studio and just go ahead and camp out. So when we got off the phone with him, we all kind of laughed, and we went, let's just take a bunch of camping equipment and literally camp.
I love it.
So we set everything up, and at night, we got done recording, and it was long days. We were sitting there recording for, goodness, 10, 11 hours.
Wow.
And then we would go into the camper room, and we literally had ice chests and picnic. There was a picnic table, actually. Had a cloth that we put over it, and in the morning, I woke up inside the tent, and I was on top of a rehearsal stage. I looked out of the tent, and I looked at everybody starting to come out of the tent. I thought, holy shit, we're actually camping in here. And then I hear the reamp amp turn on, and just blaring at like 9 or 8:30 in the morning or something like that.
Oh, man. It's the wake-up call.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. We knew it was time to go back to work.
I love that. The neat thing is that you guys just did it, hunkered down and did it, and definitely brought a lot of stories out of that one as well.
Right, absolutely.
Well, that's exciting. The neat thing is that, nowadays with the whole industry, you've got all these subgenres, these cores, and the fact is you guys are throwing that all out and just making kick-ass music and making it about the music again.
All right, thank you.
And that's what we need more of. I mean, if there's something you can comment on about, in the music industry, what is something you'd like to see change if you could single-handedly change?
Oh, goodness, there's a few things, but I think that I would change that mentality of crushing all this music into one way or the other. I come from more of a background that would be, real rock or real punk and outlaw country, and where you're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
And that's the point. I see too much where folks go out and they go into a genre that's supposed to be a genre that's different than everybody else, but then everybody goes into a room and everyone looks the same.
Yeah.
Music. And I don't see why you can't go to a concert and have Britney Spears, Lamb of God, and Bob Marley, and that kind of stuff. I don't see why it can't all be in one place.
That's so true.
I think that if you're not tapping into other genres in the past, no matter what style you're doing, I think that you're cutting short the style of music that you're going for.
Exactly, and I think definitely with that, it also lends in their own lives, as well. The music is the foundation of that, to where, you just got to be open for everything. And, I mean, it's neat, because we have, some shows out here where they mix it up, with these lineups, and it's just for that reason, bringing the people together for the sake of music, and that's another thing is getting out to live shows. We're really trying to, bring the scene back to where people are getting away from the computers and going back to live shows again.
Right, that's where you feel it. That's
yeah.
where you feel it the most.
Yes, it is. I mean, anything that's going on in your life, you just go. It's all gone when you're in that room with those musicians, and that's the neat thing is when you guys come up on stage, you bring this energy that everything else is thrown out the door.
Right. Yeah. You get. Live is where I think we drive, and that's you get your 30, 45 minutes of time where if you're thinking on the stage or I think in the audience, you're missing out on the whole show.
That's true. Very true.
You need to be in there just taking advantage of the time to take your brain away from everything else, and that's what music and entertainment and creativity is all about.
That's it. Be in the moment. Now, do you guys have a pre-show ritual that you guys do before you hit the stage?
Well, that kind of changes, but generally these days we all take a moment, we stop, and then we bow at each other, and we exit the stage the same way.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not sure what it is, other than at first it was just kind of fun, and then now I notice that when we do that, it sort of turns the switch on, turns the switch off.
I like it. And ready to go. It is.
And when you bow at friends, you can keep your eyes up, or no, when you bow at friends, you look down to the floor. When you bow at someone you don't know, you look right in their eyes because you don't know what they're going to do. Exactly.
I love that. I'm looking forward to when you guys come out here, too. We're going to be excited when you come out. And the neat thing is, so the album's going to be released here. We got September 10th. That's still on track, right? The September 10th?
Oh, yeah. That's absolutely going full force, whether we like the timing or not.
Well, the neat thing is we got...
So it's good.
Well, yeah, we're looking... I mean, that's coming right up here. Now, we got to talk about the fact that when you guys did Let's Rise, the video for that was completely self-produced. You guys just did this yourself. It's a great video. It's awakening the masses. I love that.
Yeah, thank you. It was... that video, we had spoke with quite a few folks about doing a video, and... we had meetings, and this went on for a year and a half. We'd have meetings about it, and scripts were written and all this stuff, and, it just never got done. And so one day I looked at the guys, and I go, fuck it, let's just try to do this ourselves.
Yep.
And I had went to, ironically, the first time I ever went to Comic-Con here in San Diego, I went to a movie clinic, like filmmaking clinic.
Yeah.
We did every morning, and I got my ass up every morning for 4 days and got on this little bus that went downtown at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
I went every day, and as I got through with that, it was really helpful in going, I think this can get done.
Yeah.
And so we started looking for locations, and that was a difficult part because some of that is shot in a quote-unquote graveyard. And so, jumping the fence at night into a graveyard or filming around actual graves of folks under them can raise some questions. And so I found a park in part of San Diego that was at one time a graveyard.
Wow.
And they had, at one time the neighbors were complaining because kids were getting drunk there and breaking gravestones and all this crap. So the city came in, took all the gravestones and just threw them in a ditch.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
So then the neighbors were like, whoa, wait a minute. We didn't ask for this. Did you take the bodies out? And then the city was like, yeah, sure. Well, the folks kept complaining. They ran one of those, like, aerial radar things or something on the ground. And sure enough, they didn't take the bodies out.
Oh, my God.
They went back, took all the bodies out. They marked who they knew was there. They brought up any gravestones they could salvage. And they actually turned it into a public park.
Oh, wow.
In the back corner, they put up some of the gravestones, and then there's a marker that has all the names of the people that were there, and they properly, evacuated everybody, all the bodies from the field. So we were able to go in and film there until, whatever it was, 11 o'clock at night, and not have any problems, not ethically or legally.
Yeah.
In there and filming, and we could even drive shovels into the ground. So if you notice, because I kind of had a problem with that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want somebody digging a hole in my grandma's grave or something.
Yeah.
So we didn't have that problem when we shot that. And that was one of the most difficult things, was finding those locations.
That's neat. That's exciting. And is it still, so it's still a park out there now? It's now a park still out there?
Sure is. Yeah. Now it's there forever, I guess. Yeah.
That is cool. That's a cool story, because that video, it's so funny because you guys did it yourself, but it is so dramatic and just, I love that. I love the fact that you guys just did it and you went to the classes and said, hell, I'm doing this.
Right, and then like everything else, we take it too far, and I mean, like my whole garage became a creature effect shop because I have a close friend that does CG for big films, and the funny thing was his advice was stay away from CG as much as possible.
Yeah.
But we had in the bar that we filmed it in, club that we filmed it in, they were so good to us. I built an 11 by 11 like 2 pipe frame so we could hang rope off of it, to hang the table.
Yep.
And we're drilling holes in the ceiling to put this frame up on there. On the roof, and there's like 300 feet of like rope hanging off the roof and all this stuff, and there's makeup being put on.
Oh my God, that's so
really
cool.
crazy.
I love it. That's so cool. It's great. Now, do you guys have any plans for in the future for some of the videos so far you've already talked about, or?
We sure do. There's a bunch of them brewing around, but I think that may be something that we're going to do here with the Postman on the Tour. I think we may even go back in and do another full-length video.
Oh, that's going to be great, Greg. I got to talk about one of the songs on there that really stands out for me, too. Maybe if you can tell us a little bit about The Fragile Break.
Oh, Fragile Break.
Yeah.
So this release is if you buy it in a physical format, it's actually 2 discs.
Uh-huh.
And the reason being is there were really 2 EPs written, and so this release is respecting the fact that there were kind of 2 entities, although they blend well together.
Uh-huh.
And Fragile Break was off off the EP that we dubbed "We're Going to Be Awesome."
Uh-huh.
And everything has a long story, but that was the original name of the band because at a certain point we just didn't give a shit what it was called.
Yeah.
We just wanted to play, and so we said, well, let's just be called "We're Going to Be Awesome," or the acronym WAG-TBA.
Yeah.
And so we did end up changing the name to QUOR, but out of respect for that original name, that first run of songs, the EP was called "We're Going to Be Awesome," and "Fragile Break" was I think the second track off of that record. And that song, it's just sort of, it was a theme of kind of get busy living or get busy dying.
Uh-huh.
I guess would be the idea behind it.
Yes. It's a really great track, too. That one just really stands out. It's one of those that just sort of connects with you.
Thank you.
I like that. And that's the neat thing is that your music, it does provide this connection, and usually, you see it sometimes in softer music people grab onto, but the neat thing is you guys bring out this rock and this punk metal, this vibe and still connect with your music in emotional ways. I love that. Right.
I think a lot of it is if you've got passion in what you're doing and you really mean it, then it shows in what you're creating.
It is, and you guys have done a great job at that. We really look forward to you guys coming out on tour. We're going to stay on top of next spring about the dates as well. And lastly, is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience and your fans?
Oh, man. I don't know. Much love. We really appreciate the support. We've been just floored by how much support we've been seeing in these last couple of months. It's just humbling.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. We're gonna share all the social media sites, get everybody on there, and get them ready for September 10th.
Oh, much appreciated.
Let's ride! Lies, eat lies, and lies get you by. What's a mouse pretend?